Hello everyone, I hope you are well. This is me, Nikki E, with another video. And today guys, I am bringing you the Leo full moon, which is happening on the 5th of February 2023. Second new moon of this year. Feels like this year it started off very slow, but now things are sort of building up to momentum. Now this Leo full moon, we're going to be having all these Leo themes of creativity, having fun, children. Some of us could be deciding to really wanting to work for ourselves, doing some creative projects, and showing how we're dressing can be very different, but also of confidence. And this Leo full moon is going to be bringing that out. We're going to be releasing, unleashing. It's a fiery time, and the sun being in Aquarius, we're having that access of Aquarius and Leo. With Aquarius, it's about the group. With Leo, it's about this. In a way, let's just be honest, it's about the self. With Aquarius, it's about mental self-control. But with Leo, it's things are just going to be very much out there. It's an opposition that is happening. If we look back to what happened in July 2022, we had the Leo new moon. There was a beginning of something, but now with this full moon, it's going to be ending. This Leo new full moon, I keep saying new moon, it does square Uranus in Taurus, so it can feel like we are very much on edge, physically, mentally, emotionally. But this is also showing us where we need changes into our lives. We can feel very stuck on all levels. We may feel very stubborn because we're having this sort of fixed T-square that's happening. Or triangle, and things can move at a pace that we don't want it to. But sometimes when things move at a slower pace, that's only because of changes are going to be erupting. And with this is going to be at 16 degrees, which is in the tarot, the Tower card. Then the 6 add 1 is 7, which shows us it's the number 7 year that we are all in anyway, guys. It's in the tarot, it's the Chariot. So these two cards are definitely showing us that changes are abode, changes are coming. There's going to be crashes and burns. There's also going to be changes that can erupt. We may not see it coming. Some of us may, but we may not see it coming. Some of us may actually initiating something quite drastic within our lives. And for some, again, it can be shocking because we didn't see this, but for some, it's like this needed to happen. And, but we also have this strength and determination to, make these changes, make these things that needed to come within our lives to happen. And also, yes, we may be like licking our wounds like, oh my God, why did this happen? But also we can see for ourselves that, whatever comes into our lives right now during this full moon, it's making us stronger. It's making us, or trying to make us see things from a different point of view, a different stance. And emotionally, I feel that we can really build on this too. So that's what these cards are definitely showing. And remember, we are in a 7 year anyway, which is about going within. It's a very spiritual card. It's very much it's a Neptune number, so there can be some form of psychic ability that can come up. We can see lots of flashes and insights, and with Uranus being there, it is about sudden flashes and brilliance of insights that can come, and our intuition, I feel, is definitely going to be heightened. So yeah, that's what I see for this full moon in Leo. But I feel on all levels of, obviously, all the fixed signs will definitely feel this. If you are August Leo, second decan Leo, If you are second decan November, Scorpio. If you are, who else? If you are second decan Aquarius, of course, February. And if you are mid-May, Taurus, you're definitely going to be feeling this. So even with the decans, it's going to be, with the Leo, it's going to be Jupiter, Leo. So with this decan of Jupiter, which is Sagittarius, although the releasing and although when we're going to be doing like our work for this, we can, there's also this showing, is also an element of positivity that can come forth. We may be digging our heels in. We may be not wanting something because we're not really in control of it. But the end goal and the end game, it will be positive. Especially with Uranus being there as well. Again, we can also be very stubborn and quite stuck with the changes that will come. And whether we initiate these changes, whether the changes are happening outside of us, we have to see it as, try to see it as a positive. Try to see it as, you know, because this full moon is showing us where we are stuck in our lives, where we are stuck if we are not emoting ourselves to the best way possible, if we are not, in a way, challenging ourselves, but also if we are, how happy we are. Are we doing things from the heart? Are we doing things just on a mundane level? Are we making time for our creativity? Are we making time to have fun, whether it's with our children or whether it's with our dating, in our relationship? Are we exuding any confidence as well? So the fact that it's in the Jupiter decan of Leo, I feel that also, I feel that Jupiter, Sagittarius is quite psychic as well, quite. It's ruled by, you know, Jupiter. So there can be us really pushing ourselves towards the future too. And with Scorpio, it's in the Cancer decan. So the Scorpions can feel very sensitive, extremely sensitive about this. But I'll be doing all the signs anyway. Yeah, you're going to feel a lot more sensitive. A lot more things will be coming more to home for a lot of you. And the thoughts of the past can definitely come up as well. And there may be a huge reluctance for change. A huge reluctance that harkering back to what was working and no longer wanting to move towards a future. This is a general. With the Aquarius, this is the Mercury degree. So, you know, some of you may be like, okay, this needs to be done, let me just do it. Or you could be saying it, but mentally, you could be like, nope, nothing, that's not going to happen. That's not going to change. I'm sticking with what I know. I'm sticking to the tried and tested. That could happen. Or, again, because you're ruled by Uranus, flashes of brilliance, like, okay, if I do this, it can actually benefit me in a way too. And for the Taurus, which is the decan for this, is the Mercury decan as well, which is Virgo. A lot of analyzing could be coming up. Sort of like, should I stay or should I go? Let me think about this before I even make a move, or I'm not going to make a move because I don't know all the facts. This feels very uncomfortable for me. If I invest in this, if I say this, if I change my job or anything like that, it could be, a lot of you could be overthinking during this time. So yeah, so I was doing it a bit differently, just like a general because of the decans of the fixed signs. But yes, a big time for this Leo full moon. Obviously, you know, because Uranus is involved, it's going to change a lot of things within our lives. But when we are doing like our work, our releasing work, and, you know, some astrologers say you should do it the day before. You can. Or, you know, you can do it a couple of days after. But because this is full moon, this is a releasing moon, I feel you should do what you feel from the heart, because we're coming from Leo, which is ruled by the heart. Yes, that's what I see. But when we come to the essential oils for this, personally, like this week, maybe it's because of the sun that's squaring Uranus, there's a lot of grounding that needs to be done. So I've been diffusing a lot of lavender and sweet orange, which is really good for grounding. It also helps with any thing that you feel is going on within the mind that's making you just overthink, and it can make you feel quite anxious, or you can feel just a bit down. Sweet orange really lifts you, really boosts you. And obviously with the lavender, it's really great for, you know, helping you ground yourself, have a really great, nice sleep, really restful. You can also use wild orange, which is really great because Leo is it's like the sacral chakra, the second chakra in your body, which is ruled by creativity. It's really great for opening up. So you can use wild orange. You can also use sweet orange as well, depending. It also helps boost you, gaining you inspiration that a lot of us will be needing. You can also use geranium. I use geranium nearly every day. It's really great to connect to like your heart center. It's very much a feminine essential oil. Very good, really great for that. But check with your doctor before you start using essential oils, guys. And yeah, but this Leo full moon is definitely just asking us to, you know, regardless of how far we've come, it's about switching things up, even if we feel that things are great. And it's not about switching. You can switch things. It's about switching things up, but you know that some things are not in our control and some things are. And it definitely could be for the greater. We may not see it now, but eventually we will, you know. And yeah, roar like that lion. So guys, let's go to the signs. Hello Aries. So Aries, let's start off with you. This full moon in Leo's in your 5th, and it's going to be squaring your 6th. So a lot of you may come to this sort of like conclusion of, I'm probably not doing enough creativity. You know, you could be working really hard for your money. Some of you could be working really hard. There could be lots of changes within your money sector, because the money is about the self-worth and also your self-esteem. So a lot of you could be definitely working hard, but also you may not be making enough time for your creativity and having fun, because the mind is on the money and building and savings. So this full moon is asking you, and also making you see where you can sort of like make an investment in creativity, you know. And obviously this is to do with children as well, so that themes of that could be coming up, whether it's your own, whether you're thinking about it. You can have this eureka moment. Some of you, if you are, you know, looking to have a family, you could be deciding you want to save a lot more, and look, you know, you could be a switching of jobs. Also, your dreams and ideals are really changing now, and I feel it's going to be a great time to really go with that, Aries. Really see where, you know, because I feel that your ambitions can be very big right now, and during this full moon, it could be even bigger. So on one hand, it's a very serious time, but on the other hand, it is about getting down and, you know, having fun, being creative. If you haven't been creative in a long time, it's like digging out that old, I don't know, that drawing board or pad, and start, you know, having fun, a bit like a child. And also, you know, some friends could also be around that you could be connecting with, which actually gives you a lot of gains and inspirations. So it's actually a really fun time for a lot of you Aries. You're going to be really benefiting from this. So the full moon, the card you have is take time to breathe out. So take time to breathe out. Take time to smell the roses. Take time to have go out with your friends and have fun. Connect with that inner child, or if you have children, connect with them. It's a great time to connect with them. Do things that you used to do when you were young, like skateboarding, obviously, you know, be mindful. But, you know, skateboarding, drawing, going to the park, doing sports, this is a great time. Yeah, because like, again, I feel a lot of you are really, the money situation, and also even if it is your money situation is very up and down, there could be a fixation on this. So yeah, and if you are stable financially, it's time to really invest in something creatively, or with your children, or, you know, doing something to like boost your esteem. So yeah, take time to breathe out, Aries. Taurus, you are going to really feel this because this is in your 4th house and the square to your 10th house. No, sorry, the square to is your 10th house in a way, but the square to yourself. And I feel a lot of you could be really thinking about the past right now. There could be energies of the past, things that you used to do. There could also be this thing of when you were younger coming up. Remember, the first house is about the self. There may be things that you may want to change, and you're very much in your feelings at the moment. This definitely is concerning your career. There could be some changes that you want to implement within your career, whether it's getting like a part-time job, or even working closer to home, working from home. I feel that this is going to be about your joy and happiness, but also because it feels very much a sensitive time, I feel also the sensitivity that's connecting to yourself is also, I feel, to do with what makes you happy. If you're doing enough to boost your happiness and your self-worth. And you could be doing this very quickly. I do feel some Tauruses could be getting quite some opportunities during this full moon. And they could be very quick, very sudden. Again, you guys could be implementing this change as well, especially if it's concerning your career and it's concerning like yourself, and also things to do with like the past. There could be conversations that come up that could be quite shocking, that you may find out about. It could be to do with your parents, it could be to do with your people from your past, or it could also be to do with a job. But I feel across the board there's some strange energies that could be coming up that could shock you. But yes, very sensitive time for a lot of you Tauruses. The card you got is luck is on your side, and it's a new moon in Sagittarius card. So whatever's happening, Taurus, luck is on your side. Whatever you discover, whatever changes happen, whether it's personal, professional, whether it's within your physical, luck is on your side. This card is showing also that it's a new moon in Saggy, and Saggy rules your 8th house, and that's to do with like gains from others. So you could be getting a lot of gains during this full moon. It could be from like what you did in the past, something to do with your job, something, anything that probably happened in the past, you could be getting some gains now. So it's actually a really good thing, Taurus. So yeah, but also pace yourself, because, you know, you guys are, again, I feel a lot of you are very sensitive now. Hello, Gemini. So you're going to enjoy this, like all the air signs, all the air and fire signs. This full moon is in your 3rd house, which actually is your house. So you could be very, you know, sort of mouthy at the moment. You've got the square to your 12th. So there can be some unconscious, subconscious things that come up that you may have to communicate with your, whether it's your siblings, with your neighbors. This could be you when you're working certain things. It could be from the past that come up. It could be subconscious, that things that you've buried underneath, they will come up, and it's for you to work with. Remember, Leo is one of the most honest signs of the zodiac, although it is a sign that can be very, you know, doesn't like to admit things, you know, stubborn, should I say, but it is very honest. And this full moon is asking you to be honest, Gemini. Honest in what you really feel and really think, and to say it out loud, to say it, to be honest and talk about things that are really bothering you. and not to double talk, not to, oh, it's okay, I'll deal with it tomorrow, or it's going to be chip paper. It's about dealing with it now. Some of these conversations could be with your siblings. It could be like certain things that you didn't talk about, it's time to do it now, or it could be about neighbors. It could also be to do with your friends. These conversations, I feel, could be also taking an emotional stance that you guys may not or may like. But I feel that some of these things that come out is has been brewing for a while. And I feel this is actually great for you guys to be writing, journaling, because the 12th house is about things that are done beneath the scenes that no one sees. So you guys could be thinking about a lot of things, and I feel if you find it hard to emote or say, it's really great to put pen to paper to get it out there. So it's actually a really great thing. And I feel that, you know, even if you're writing and you're seeing what you've written or what you've blogged, or even if you've spoken to, it can really change your beliefs about things, things that you never even thought about, things that you, things that I feel that a lot of things that you guys didn't really think about, your beliefs could really change now. Could be about far, and also it could take you far away places. It could make you think more about your future, about how you project yourself, and maybe to do with your goals. So the card you got is the end of a tough cycle approaches, and it's a full moon in Capricorn. It's funny they say that because, you know, Capricorn rules your 9th, it rules your 8th house, and Pluto's ending its cycle in Capricorn. So yeah, so I feel that anything that really does come up on a deep emotional time, it's going to be ending. I feel it will end as long as you actually just talk about it or do something about it, instead of just burying it, instead of just not wanting to deal with it. Because even though you're ruled by the 3rd house, it's your house, it is a house that constantly thinks. It can be over mentally stimulated, and this full moon might bring that up. Remember, it's fixed, so it's not a case of like not dealing with it. You just have to deal with it. But it's going to be the end of a tough new cycle. Hello, Cancer. So you're ruled by the moon, so you know, regardless, you're really going to feel this. This is in your 2nd house. Get some water. This is your 2nd house, and because you're ruled by the moon, and the 2nd house is to do with like the self-worth, you know, I do feel there's this huge energy of you guys really not even like being serious, but like just really being on it when it comes to like your money, your finances. Like, I've decided to save this, I'm really going to do it, I'm going to work hard. And you know, I feel that the huge emphasis on not necessarily just career, but huge emphasis is on security is going to be very heightened now. And also, you know, it squares your 11th house. So this is with like your goals and dreams. So if you're doing anything the traditional way, this is going to be showing you, okay, that's all well and good, but what about your goals? What about your dreams? What are you investing in? Who are you surrounding yourself with? So this can take a different turn, Cancer. Yeah, it can make you feel uncomfortable, but at the same time, it's going to make you see, okay, you may be working hard and hoarding all this money, but what's it going towards? What can it do for your future? Because I feel your future is really speaking here a lot now. So look at that now, Cancer. And, you know, Uranus rules your 8th house. So, you know, yes, I feel that a lot of it is to do with joint finances within your partner. I feel that definitely there could be this sense of, you know, I need to do this because we need this, or because I need to pay this off. I need to, you know, sort out, there's some debts or loans, or there's things that I feel that you guys really need to sort out. That's why you're probably going so hard. But also it is you are also being asked to look at your goals and your aims and your future. and also look at, you know, when it comes to your groups and your friends, because I feel there could be a lot of gains that could be made now, Cancers, but you may be just focused on one thing. So the card that you got is don't let pride get into the way, and it's a full moon in Leo. So there could be a huge pride thing that's getting in the way, like, I'm not going to spend on this group, I'm not going to invest in this, I'm not going to invest in my talent or skills because I have to do so, I have to do that. And that I think that's great, Cancers, but again, we're dealing with happiness here. Your happiness really does come first. If your partner's not chipping in, it's time for them to chip in, because your future is very bright, Cancers. You guys are very creative, very talented. So it's time to invest in your goals and your dreams. So yes, don't let pride get into the way. Ask, and don't be afraid to, when people are going to help you, don't be afraid to take it. Hello, Leo. So Leo, you're the star of the show, and this is in your house. So I feel a lot of you can, you know, feel very excited. You know, there's things that you did 6 months ago, and now it's going to come to an ending. And also with this, this is definitely connected to yourself, but it's also connected to your career, your goals, your status. There could be changes that happen here. It could be definitely out of your control, but it could also be something that needed to happen. I feel some of you may even bite the bullet and just decide to just, I don't know, work for yourself, do something for yourself. This is great to be doing something. And I feel also this could also be to do with something to do with your relationship. Your relationship status could be changing. It could be more of a commitment, or some of you could be, it could be more of a commitment, or it could be that you're probably taking a break. So whenever anything happens personally, it does affect our work. So I feel definitely look at that, Leo. Some of you may be putting a lot more into your career, and your relationship taking a back seat. So this definitely could be changing things for you. So yes, but on the whole, I feel that you know, how you view yourself and your status, I feel some of these things again are out of your control, but some of these things are going to be very sharp and swift. You could definitely get this sort of like electric bolt in your body, like, oh my god, like a aha moment, like, oh my god, this is amazing, or this is shocking, this is, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. This full moon, some of you may be changing yourself physically, maybe changing something that, you know, you may not be happy about something, so you're going to be initiating this change. So it's really a good thing, Leo. But again, anything that's in the work life, like this also could be about bosses. New boss come and old boss leaves. Like you could be getting a promotion, a shocking promotion. It could be, some of you could be demoted, and it could be definitely playing on your self-esteem. But once again, Leo, your happiness comes first. So if you're not happy about something, don't be afraid to change it. So the card you've got is a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. So I feel definitely communication is going to be key for a lot of you. If you're not spending enough time on your relationships because you're concentrating on your job, you will start to see, okay, something needs to give. You guys are really seeking balance. This new moon's full moon's gonna be seeing a lot of you really want to seek balance, really want something changing. And if you know, it's about balancing your relationship with your work life, and these are the major themes. But you can do it, Leos. Is trying not to be obsessed with one thing and letting the other go. This time is all about balance. And you know, if you feel that you're happy with one thing, something else you're not going to be happy with. So definitely communication is key. Honest communication, having that, again, fun time, taking care of yourself as well, so you're not burning yourself out, because Uranus being in your 10th, it can be burnt, you know, burning things out. But I do see with a lot of you Leos, if any changes that do happen within your career or your relationships, it's going to be good. Hello Virgo, so this full moon is in your 12th house, so a house of introspection, calm, sleeping. A lot of you may not want to be relaxing, but this full moon is guiding you and asking you to do that. You got the square to your 9th, and I feel that when you are having, it's not even like downtime, having that alone time, which a lot of you Virgos don't really mind. This is great. This is going to be showing you where you're not really, some of you, I feel some of you Virgos may feel that you're improving something, but this full moon will see this is what you need to like learn more of. So learning more about yourself, learning more about self-care, learning a bit more about spirituality, reading more. This is great to be reading books that you felt were outside your comfort zone, or rereading things. This is great for you. Again, self-care, having baths and meditation or even yoga. This could change things for you on a mental level. You guys may, again, want to be very busy. You know, you may feel that if you're not doing much, the day's wasted. It's not the case, you know. I feel it's really take this on board, what's happening. Because you and Pisces, because when it comes to the 12th and 6th house, that's what you guys are ruled by. And these are very, sort of like serious. They are serious houses. You know, they're the mind, body and soul connection. So if you're, you know, you may find that, you know, your work life is slowing down a bit, but I think it's really good because, you know, Uranus rules your 6th. And this is to do with your health. This is to do with your mental health, emotional, physical, also your work life. So if you, a lot of you are very lucky to be working from home, do things at your own pace. Try not to rush. Take time out, breathe, go for walks, read those books. Because I feel when you come out of this, your mindset, your beliefs are going to be very different. You know, connect with people that are different from you as well. I can see a lot of you like eating lots more soups for some strange reason. Could probably like working out more, but obviously not in that harsh pace, like just doing like leisurely, like light weights, walking or jogging, or it could be dancing, which is really great. And you know, yeah, just taking your time, just work with your energy, work with your emotions. But still, Virgo, just because you're relaxing doesn't mean you don't have to do anything. You still can, but you just have to put like your self-care and your mental at the forefront of things. And you may find when you're having not too much noise, you get a lot more done. I feel a lot of you Virgos know that. So the card you got is conclusions are within reach. It's a full moon eclipse card. So eclipses are about, they're very karmatic. So you're, again, like I said before, you're going to be starting to see certain things are coming to an end because there's new beginnings that will happen. And I feel that you're going to be seeing, if you're doing things at a different pace or thinking about things differently, it's going to be like, oh, okay, I can actually work with this. I can actually work with that. If I, you know, try to, you know, relax and calm down and do things differently, this is actually going to be a great thing for me. Just try not to forget it. So conclusions are within your reach, Virgo, because things are happening differently. Hello, Libra. You are going to really enjoy this because this is in your 11th house. You got the square to your 8th house. And, you know, even though 11th house is really great for you, Librans, there can be this sort of like intensity that is coming up. Like, you know, this full moon is going to be I feel a lot of you are going to be probably having a bit more fun, hanging out with friends, making new friends, and it could be spending a lot. I feel a lot of you could be spending a lot. Also, the squares, like, you know, we have to make sure that our money's on point. We're not overspending. We are saving. I am telling my partner what's what when it comes to our finances. But also this is to do with fears as well, debts and loans. So all these definitely could be coming up. But I feel with this full moon, it can bring up fears to do with like loyalty with friendships. They may be feeling like you're not loyal, or you might be feeling they're not loyal. It definitely could be like an issue to do with money as well, because you could be owed money and no one's paying it back, or you could owe money and you're not paying it back. It could be a lot of that. There could be a little bit of friction that could be coming up. So again, it's good to really try and have this honest conversation, this honest conversation. And there could be also changes within your groups and organizations. It could also be, this is about changes within your it could be goals, but it also could be, I feel there could be definitely changes within goals. And sometimes, Libra, when we change our goals or our mindset, that's when friends change as well. So you may be unearthing certain secrets about friends, things that were hidden, and now they could definitely come to the surface. And it could be good or bad. It really could. You know, Uranus rules your fifth. So although you're going to be having your fun in that, there's certain things that's underneath that's going to be brought to the surface. It could also be to do with your children as well. There could be some secrets that come up. There could also be about, it could also be about fun. But although it's very fun for you, what's happening now, there could also be some things that are really unearthing that you may or may not be privy to. So look out for that. So the card that you got is confidence is your key to success. It's a new mini Leo card. Fun times. Fun time. I feel confidence also is confident to bring up certain things that don't need to be, that you didn't want to bring up towards whoever, friends, even your lover. If changes need to come, it's about bringing that out as well. Remember, this is a confidence card, and you know, if you want to change something in your life, if you want to change your goal, if you want to change friends, this is about doing it now, Libra, not being afraid, because you may see that who you align with, it's going to be bringing you success. You know, you're one of the signs that's quite people pleasing. You don't like arguments and drama, but what actually happens, Libra, when we are not honest and don't say things, it actually makes it worse. So it's about bringing the self out, knowing what truly makes you happy and who truly makes you happy as well. But also, again, trying to find that balance on what you're spending and having fun with, but also what needs with you and your partner too. Scorpio. So Scorpio, this full moon, you're going to really feel this, is in your 10th house. So there are definitely changes that are happening with the square to Uranus in your 7th. So this is about your goals, your status, your goals and your status, your work, but also your relationships and business, personal and contracts. There could be, again, lots of changes within your job. Again, promoted, demoted. You could be working for yourself, work for a different company. There could be layoffs. There could be new bosses coming in. But also, in a way, this could affect your relationship because you may not be communicating, maybe holding a lot of things in. Now, Uranus rules your 4th, so I feel that you could feel that this is how I've always been. I don't like to change. I've come this far. You know, I've always been like this since I was a young person. So I'm going to deal with it in my own way. And your partner might be, come on, let me know what's going on. And you might be, no, it's fine. Even though under the surface things are not. So again, being open, bringing things out, talking about things. You could also see, Scorpio, that there's stuff that comes up from the past that can make you feel a little bit anxious in a way. But it's about you, again, knowing that we live for the now and not for the past. Okay? And I feel if any of you are being promoted, it's really a great thing. Go with it, Scorpio. You know, the nodes and the eclipses are in your sign. So, yeah. I feel that, in a way, if you're doing the right thing, you will get the reward. If you're doing the wrong thing, you know your career is going to be changing. So try and go to the right side of history, should we say. And I feel that, you know, if you're open, if things that change in your relationship, it's about seeing it and not trying to control it. Sometimes when our work life changes, Scorpio, again, like Leo, the work life and relationship life changes. The work life changes, the relationship life definitely changes. Just having that open key of communication. It's about trying to get balance as well. There could also be lots of contracts being signed. Some of these contracts could be shocking things you find in the contract you don't like, but also it could also be you guys committing more to something. These things can really happen. So the card that you got is look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius card, looking outside the box, not trying to stick to the tried and tested, what I was saying before. You guys are fixed. This is a fixed moon. So you're going to stick to what you know. You may stay at a job that you've no longer are privy to anymore, or you no longer, you know, you've outgrown, but you're still staying with it. What do you like? What was your goal? Look about what you want to do when you were younger. You know, speak to your parents. They could say, remember when you said you wanted to be an architect, or you want to own your own business? You know, even speak to your partner. But remember, you know, you're only doing this job for like a little bit because you wanted to, like, you know, have this sort of sacred space for you and your, you know, business. You know, looking outside of it, look at the bigger picture. Look at what you've always wanted to do. Again, if things change, it's probably it's meant to, and it may not go the way you want, but it's, you know, these things will definitely happen. This can definitely cause a lot of you to feel very, like, a bit anxious, a little bit like, but I feel after a while you start see it's actually going to work for me. So yeah, big time for you, Scorpio. Hello, Saggies. So Saggies, this is in your 9th house, your house. So you're going to be on a bit on a roll. You got the square in your 6th, which is about your routines, your health, wellness, pets, your work life. So what this says to me, Saggies, because you're going to, you know, like all the fire signs, you're really going to be enjoying this. This is showing me that you could learn a lot more when it comes to physical health. You know, you have this big eureka moment, like, okay, I'm having this issue, I'm having that issue, so I'm going to be like reading up on things. This is a time that you could be healing yourself as well. You know, the 6th house is a Virgo house, so this is to do with like the gut and intestines. So you could be wanting to heal that part of yourself, and especially if you've been rushing around a lot and not, you know, taking care as much as you wanted to. So I can see a lot of Sagittarians like reading up a lot on health, wellness, philosophy as well, and also because if you are doing things in that Sagittarian way, i.e. doing things in a quick way, like doing like hardcore workouts or eating on the go, rushing a lot, you know, when you're working, you're not taking that time to relax. You know, I feel that the philosophy side of this will bring things just a bit more slower, and, you know, you can really take your time. And if you want to heal yourself, this full moon will be a great time to be doing that. Also, it's about taking your time as well, because you know, this is very much a learning full moon for a lot of you, and reading, communicating what's on your mind, communicating what's in your, you know, it could be communicating what you feel in your body, and doing things differently. You know, you're mutable, so, you know, you're used to changing, switching things up. I can see a lot more Sagittarians doing a bit more things to do with like yoga, meditation. This will actually heal the nervous system. That's what Uranus rules. I can see a lot more of you, but you know, this is also to do with routines. So you don't do very well being strict. You have to do things what actually works for you, so you don't get bored. So it's great to be also reading things like Heal Your Mind, Heal Your Body, like Louise Hay or Laura Chung. She's on YouTube at the moment. She's doing a 40-day manifestation. That's really great for you guys. Even if you don't do on the day-to-day, it's great to be catching up, doing things that actually do, in a way, how can I put this? In a way, not getting bored, but doing it in a way that, you know, you're consistent. It's about consistency, I'm trying to say. I feel a lot of you, this full moon is showing you to be more consistent. Even if you're not doing it in the strict way, it's just about consistency, okay? So the card you got is, what do you need to release? Waning moon. So what do you need to release? Do you need to release yourself from a boring job? Do you need to release yourself from a routine that's not really healing or helping you? Do you need to read those books you wanted to read? Do you want to learn more? These are the questions that you're going to be guided to do. And again, you're going to come out of this very different. You know, Uranus is in your 6th house for a while. So a lot of this is a learning curve for a lot of you. Capricorn. So this full moon is in your 8th house, the square to your 5th. So you guys are having an emotional time. A lot of these themes are to do with, you know, I feel a lot of you maybe definitely paying off any debts or loans. There could be money that comes in, money that's going out, to do with the government, to do with like your joint finances, could be from your partner. Also, this is to do with fears. So I feel a lot of you may be like releasing fears that are quite stagnated as well. This also could be to do with children. There could be some shocking themes that come up to do with, you know, your creativity. You know, some of you could announce something as well. You know, things could be working out, and if you know, bam, like, whoa, I didn't really see this coming. But regardless what happens, it really will transform you. Know it in that way. And, you know, Uranus rules your 2nd house, which is about your self-worth. So anything to do with like money, whether it's you buying or selling, savings, this is really a good thing. Again, this is going to be a deep emotional time. This is a great time to be working on any like traumas from childhood, traumas that you've experienced, traumas to do with like how you're not connecting with yourself, anything like that, Capricorn. You're going to come out of this very differently. Again, this is a time of being honest with the self, Capricorns, okay? But yeah, let me know what actually, you know, anything that shockingly happens, you know, feel free to let me know in the comment section. So the card you got is, don't let your past hold you back, South Node. So again, I do feel the past can definitely come up for a lot of you. Remember, this is to do with like the, you know, any traumas that come from to do with the past. Don't let it hold you back. If you're scared to, you know, anything, if you're scared to like have a family, if you're scared to, you know, commit to your partner, if you're scared when it comes to like money or resources, if you're scared that things are not going to work out for you, now is the time to really release that. You know, if you're scared you don't even have enough, you have enough money, it's time to really release. Don't let it hold you back. Anything you want to pursue during this full moon, remember, we're letting things out. Don't be scared to, because it will only just, you know, you won't just feel satisfied. You won't feel in that heart space of happiness. So yeah, release, Capricorns, because things will definitely work out. Aquarius. So this full moon in Leo is in your 7th house. Again, you guys will definitely feel this. It's going to be a time of your relationships, business and contracts. And, you know, I feel that you guys are definitely wrapping up things. You wrap up a lot of shit. You wrap up a lot of things that were probably not, that you were not tied to. Any stress or strife that could potentially come. You're going to be working through this. It could be by yourself or definitely with your partner. There could be lots of themes that could be coming up. Because you're ruled by Uranus. You know, there's going to be, you could be buzzing. You may not feel very, I feel all the signs, but you may not feel very settled, grounded. This is about looking at your past. I feel the themes of the past is definitely coming up, especially for you and Taurus, to work through, to talk through. This is about you connecting with your parents if you haven't found a time to. Talk about things from the past. And, you know, if you feel that you're one of those Aquarians that are very lax in relationships, you're very, you know, just want to keep dating, you know, your parents may have a bigger insight as to why you're like this. If you feel that you're not connecting emotionally in your relationships, again, I feel this is definitely things that you could be revealed to you in your past. It's not necessarily going to make you feel more grounded, just a bit of a deeper understanding as to why. This is a great full moon to be asking questions. This is a great full moon to be trying to balance yourself within your relationship. This is also to do with like business contracts and people that you work with as well in a way. This is to do with like yourself. So I feel this is a great time to be understanding yourself during this full moon. So the card you have is the new moon in Cancer, and you and your loved ones are safe. And Cancer rules your 6. So organization in a way is key. Organization yourself, taking care of yourself, your mental, physical and emotional self. Because Uranus is the nervous system. It's jittery, it's sudden, it's shocking. So what this is showing me is that you're going to have to be doing some self-grounding work as well. And when it says you and your loved ones are safe, that will come if we're being honest with our communication, open communication. Some of you, if you're being honest, Aquarius, might be thinking, you know, if I'm like this, it's going to be actually helping my relationship. If I'm just not like emoting, if I'm not, you know, just being honest, it's going to be fine. And that's obviously due to insecurity. Okay, so again, sometimes we have these uncomfortable conversations because we fear the worst. And the worst only comes if we're not honest. So you may feel that you're doing some deep introspective work, especially because Saturn is wrapping up in your sign. So a big time for a lot of you Aquarians during this full moon. Last but not least, we have Pisces. So Pisces, this full moon in Leo is in your 6th house of health, wellness, your work, pets, routines, and the square to your 3rd house. What this is showing me is that, because Uranus rules your 12th, so what this is showing me, you've got the 12th and 6th house like Virgo coming up. Your body. This is to do with your body. Some of you Pisces may have felt this energy coming up to the full moon. You may have felt like your body was feeling different. Your belly, you know, your workout routines were just off. You know, you may have had really good intentions and it just didn't really work out. You know, you probably was very busy. You were rushing and it probably impacted you. Yeah. So it's time to really work on cutting out things that, again, are not, that you don't feel is working for you, in your mental health as well. You, like Virgos, will really benefit in changing. If you've decided you want to work out and you haven't, it's time to get that moving. If you felt quite anxious as well, because this can bring up anxiety, it's time to do things like meditation will help you, because Uranus rules your 12th. It's really great to be doing some reading, doing some like research, doing creativity. I'm thinking a lot of breath work will help. Leo being in your 6th, because Leo, when they're on something, they see it through. And I feel this will help you. So if you're wanting to cut like a bad habit, I feel gradually will really help. This is showing me whatever you put your mind to, you can do. So I feel a lot of you Pisces will, between now and in the new moon, I feel if you've implemented little changes, whether it's taking vitamins, probiotics, even like your work life as well, because there can be some changes within your work. Like a lot of you could have left the job and now you're going to be starting a new one. This has to work with you physically. Again, I do feel anything you're implementing health-wise, I feel it will be definitely for the long run. Because remember, Uranus in Taurus rules your third house. So it's like the mind, body over matter. You may be overthinking a lot, but just do it, Pisces. Really do it. Because the card you got is a new moon in Taurus. And it says prosperity lies ahead. So again, I feel that if a lot of you are starting like a new job, I feel that you'll be gaining a lot more money. But also I do feel that really take care of yourself. Try not to rush around too much. If you decide to like do weights, or if you do like dancing, or this is a great time to be doing it. But also healing healing within. I'll say healing within, so that you can continue, because this will definitely highlight things that you didn't do, that was left out, that you didn't really pay much attention to, especially because Uranus is in your 12th. This is going to be doing it on a subconscious level. You know, you could also actually feel more in tune in a way with your intuition about what needs to stay, what needs to go, what you need to heal, what you need to work on, what you need to read, all of these things. But I feel that you'll be very much more healthier for it between now and when the new moon is in Leo. So yeah, like Sagittarius, make small changes because they will become big, and anything you're implementing, it will be very beneficial for you. Okay. So guys, that was the full moon in Leo for all the signs. Thank you guys so much for listening. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and leave comments in the section. And I hope this full moon in Leo works out very well for all of you. And guys, I will be back with the monthlies. I know you said when you be back, I will be back with the monthlies. I'm going to be doing the March for all of the signs. That's when I feel, obviously February is Pisces season as well, but March is where, the action really begins. There's lots of changes happening. So yes, so I'll be back for the March. And thank you guys very much for being patient. And I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.